My name is Cindy Cisneros, and this is the Create Well Minutecast, episode 107. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a feature on what creativity coaching services look like. And there's a specific, so let me back up. I do that a lot, I just realized, but that's how it is. um, Creativity coaching often gets booked in packages of services. Now, that means when you do your first consultation with me, which is generally how I prefer to meet new clients, and that's a free consultation, and we talk about what you're looking for and what kind of services that are available. We talk about also how to kind of bundle those in order to meet your needs in the best possible way. And so it might be 2 or 3 services that we put together for you to get started with. It might be a whole month of services. It really just depends on what you need. But one of my favorite is called, and there are a few that are canned that you can get started with and book straight through the website if you want to skip the consult. Give those a try and move forward in that way. One of these that I use a lot with clients and is one that I want to talk to you about today as an example, because it is one of my most popular and one of my most favorite packages for coaching, is called the intro package for creativity coaching. And the features that I like about it are really the 2 main features of it, which is that the live portion of it, which is usually, but not always, but usually virtual, is shorter, briefer, 30 minutes instead of a full hour. And then there's follow-up in between of asynchronous, or basically email check-ins, and there's 2 of those. So let me tell you the things about that I like so much. The shorter session lengths are easier to fit into your day. I think that counseling is a big time and emotional commitment, especially when you're going for 50 or 60 minutes, which is traditional, and 30 minutes can feel a lot less overwhelming when it comes to that. I also think that the check-ins between the live sessions, people tell me all the time during live sessions that they remembered something they wanted to talk about, or they had this moment of insight or clarity, or when you have the opportunity and the invitation to do some of the work in between your live sessions, and when something occurs to you, to send it off in an email or an asynchronous check-in, we're capturing more of what is encompassing the real work that you're doing. I find this type of work with a shorter session and the asynchronous check-ins to be more neurodivergent inclusive. The didactic format of one long counseling session is what's traditional in counseling and coaching. It's very demanding and taxing on your executive functioning. It relies upon you having the mental clarity and sharpness and lack of distractions, and overall just your day leaving you enough steam to do this kind of question and answer verbal format. And we know amongst creative personalities, there's a lot of diversity and there's a lot of demands that's happening. And so if you have this format of shorter in person, or in person as it were, virtual but live, and then some asynchronous follow-up, it's really much more flexible to this neurodiversity. It's also burnout sensitive. People have very busy lives, and you may not have the energy or the spoons, as I like to say, left at the end of the day to also scrape it together to work on yourself. And again, that's a significant barrier, and it can be much less overwhelming if it's a shorter period of time. And then you can also do whenever you have the energy, just put together your thoughts and send them off in an email. This is good for traveling, which is good for a lot of creative people. It's work break compatible. You can slip a little 30-minute session in and still have something to eat and still run an errand, or you can just put your thoughts asynchronously together and send those along. One of my favorite things about these, because this is true to my heart in a lot of ways, is it's introvert friendly. I know how difficult it can be to share yourself personally for everybody, but especially introverts, a stranger, all of your personal struggles and thoughts and feelings. And so when you break it down into a shorter period of time and also an alternative format, it's much more surmountable of a barrier for introverts, for us introverts. It's budget conscious and time saving because if you are a creative person and you're coming to work on creative goals and understand your creative personality, you're getting expert advice. You're not having something that could be taken care of in 30 minutes spread into 60 minutes. If the 30 minutes is enough, you're certainly welcome to book longer sessions if you find that you want to expand upon something for a session, but you have the option to get it done in a shorter period of time because also the expertise is here. And there's no extra sessions, there's no extra time, and there's no extra fluff. I understand that you're busy and time is your most precious resource. Another thing I love about the asynchronous sessions is you've got a record of what's been discussed, what I send back to you. I'll send you resources, I'll send you thoughts, I'll send you things to read. And unlike in a live session where you may think, okay, well, that's over and that passed. And what did she say about this? And what did I say about that? And what was that really good thing that happened? With the asynchronous sessions, you have things that you can use to go back and follow up with anytime. And the flexibility with the virtual and asynchronous of going anytime and anywhere. It's just really kind of, I think, where the world is at and where the world is headed. It just makes sense and it seems to work so well. So this is something that has really been taking off with coaching. It is something that is also available in counseling. There is a format and a service code for shorter sessions and then following up and doing check-ins in between. So if this sort of flexibility speaks to your creative soul, if it makes something like counseling and coaching that seemed too overwhelming feel more approachable, I would love to talk to you about it. I would love to hear from you. Please visit my website. There is plenty more information. This is under the coaching section, coaching for creative people, much more information about these types of services, but you can always click anywhere on my social media pages, anywhere on my website, which is creativelyllc.com. Click a book now link and book your 15-minute free consult. And just tell me what's on your mind and how I can help. All right, guys, talk to you later.